Travelopedia presents top 10 tourist attractions in Europe that live up to the hype. Many of Europe's most popular tourist destinations aren't worth the trouble, especially if you plan your visit ahead of time. You'll find some of the best things to do if you're in the right spot at the right time. Italy is a fantastic destination to begin and end your journey. The world's most popular tourist destinations are known for their dense crowds as much as their beauty, but there are a few tactics I've learned to make the experience as memorable as the site. Visiting the best Europe tourist attractions. Crowds, lines, and heat, in my opinion, ruin the enjoyment. Visiting Europe's biggest tourist attractions early or late in the day can solve all three problems in one fell stroke. Early in the morning and late at night, the light is always more magnificent. If at all feasible, schedule your vacation for the spring, early summer, or fall shoulder seasons, when the weather is pleasant and the crowds are minimal. Europe tourist attractions that live up to the hype. The most well-known sites in Europe stand up to, and often even exceed, the hype. I've included suggestions for making the most of each destination, as well as suggested reading to help bring each location to life. Number 1. The Eiffel Tower, Paris, France. The sheer scale, elegance, and architectural muscle of this wrought iron lattice structure nearly defies belief when viewed in person, and it is perhaps the most photographed of all European tourist attractions. When the Eiffel Tower was completed in 1889, it was the world's tallest man-made building. With over 1 million people each year, it is now the world's most visited paid monument. It is now France's most visited tourist destination. The Eiffel Tower is flanked by the beautiful Champs de Mars grassy fields, which are wonderful for a picnic before or after your visit and for watching the tower's stunning light shows after dark. The Jules Verne, a Michelin-starred restaurant positioned 125 meters above Paris on the second level, is one of the tower's 3 levels. At the very top, there is even a champagne bar. Tickets for the trip can be purchased in advance on the official website, which is essential if you want to avoid long waits. Number 2. The Louvre, Paris, France. The Louvre in Paris is the largest and most visited museum in the world, housing some of the world's most famous works of art. I try to take a tour of the Louvre every time I visit, as I feel that focusing on fewer works allows me to avoid museum weariness. The Louvre Museum is housed in the Louvre Palace, which was built in the 12th and 13th centuries and was originally a castle. Café Marly is a costly yet lovely spot for lunch or a drink with a view of IMP's glass pyramid entryway. It's also entertaining to visualize the dramatic sequence of events depicted in Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code as you walk the Louvre. Number 3. Mont Saint-Michel, Normandy, France. In Normandy, France, Mont Saint-Michel is a small but lovely tidal island. The difference between high and low tide is 46 feet on average here. After decades of being difficult to get by foot, it is now much simpler to approach via a causeway. Since the 6th century, the island of Mont Saint-Michel has been inhabited, and in the 8th century, it became a monastery colony. The Mont Saint-Michel Abbey, which evolved from the oldest monastic buildings to reach its height in the 1100s, is perched atop the strikingly pointed island. All the light we cannot see is set in Saint-Malo, which is also an excellent location to stay in if you want to make a day trip to Mont Saint-Michel. The film was written by Anthony Doerr and tells the story of World War II. Number 4. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, Pisa, Italy. The Washington Monument is a third the height of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Because of the soft subsoil and poor foundations, it began to lean as soon as the second story was constructed. It took 199 years to complete, beginning in 1173. Pisa's Piazza del Miracoli, Plaza of Miracles, is a lesser-known tourist site in Italy. The cathedral and baptistry next to the tower, as well as the city center, are all worth seeing. Number 5. The Colosseum, Rome, Italy. Although Rome is a prominent European tourist destination in its own right, the Colosseum, the world's largest historic amphitheater, must be seen. It was constructed between 72 and 80 AD to entertain an audience of up to 80,000 people and to demonstrate the Roman Empire's might and wealth. The Colosseum in Rome, Italy, is set to be transformed into an underground arena. The new retractable floor, set to debut in 2023, will allow tourists to stand for the first time in modern times on its floor. It will feature tunnels, walkways, pulleys, and elevators. Visitors sometimes overlook the fact that the Colosseum is merely a small part of ancient Rome's much bigger downtown. The amphitheater is adjacent to the Forum and the Palatine Hill, and you should visit all three to get a true sense of the Roman Empire's heart. The Colosseum in Rome is one of the most well-known Roman remains in the world. Purchasing advance tickets or scheduling a tour for early or late in the day are the best options. Number 6. Vatican City, Italy. The Vatican is the world's tiniest independent state, completely encircled by Rome. This 121-acre city-state houses St. Peter's Basilica, the Sistine Chapel, and the Vatican Museums. It is both the Pope's residence and a pilgrimage site. The Basilica of St. Peter is the world's biggest church and a marvel of Renaissance architecture. Among its riches are Michelangelo's Pietà and Bernini's spectacular baldacchino, built in the very center of the church above where St. Peter is claimed to be buried. The Vatican City is one of the most well-known tourist destinations in Europe. Those who want to visit the Sistine Chapel and Michelangelo's ceiling should take a guided tour. Don't be turned away because you're dressed inappropriately for a visit to the interiors. Number 7. Venice Canals, Venice, Italy. Venice is one of my favorite destinations on the planet, yet it isn't like other tourist traps. To get the true bargain in the city, get off the tourist beaten path of shops and restaurants. The Piazza San Marco in Venice is one of the city's most well-known attractions. You don't have to go during the day to see the true beauty, though. Instead, go into the neighborhoods and back streets, where magnificent beauty awaits you at every turn. A gondola ride is the greatest way to see Venice from the water. During the day, a 25-minute ride costs €80, whereas, at night, it costs €100. You'll be on the water if you take a gondola trip to Venice. Take a family tour of the city's canals or take a lesson to learn to paddle a typical Venetian boat. Number 8. Sagrada Familia, Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona is a vibrant and colorful city with plenty of interesting things to see, do, and eat. However, no visit to Barcelona is complete without seeing Gaudí's unfinished basilica, the Sagrada Familia. Gaudí's Sagrada Familia was supposed to be completed by 2026, in time for Gaudí's centennial. However, due to the epidemic, this has been delayed by a few years, and construction work has been postponed. During the Spanish Civil War, Gaudí's detailed blueprints, sketches, and plaster models were partially destroyed. Experts worked for 16 years to try to restore as much of Gaudí's vision's documentation as feasible. It will be the world's highest church when completed. Number 9. Stonehenge, Salisbury, England. Stonehenge's vertical stones can reach a height of 13 feet and weigh up to 25 tons. One of the must-see European tourist attractions is the prehistoric Circle of Stones on the Salisbury Plain in England. Archaeologists have discovered prehistoric artifacts dating back to the Neolithic and Bronze Ages. The relics were found during the construction of a tunnel to redirect a road under Stonehenge, which has since been halted. Archaeologists hope to use the find to help in the planning of a new route for the project. The new visitor center at English Heritage is packed with information on Stonehenge. Visitors must make a reservation in advance to gain entry to the location. The guide will be available to answer questions and answer visitors' queries about the site. There are no other guests, access inside the stone circle, and knowledgeable guides. Number 10. The Acropolis, Athens, Greece. Since 1600 BC, the Acropolis of Athens has been in use. The Parthenon, the world's most iconic landmark, was erected by Alexander the Great and his son Demiurge in this ancient Greek metropolis. For a 360-degree perspective of the city, go to the Acropolis. One of Greece's most famous ancient structures is the Acropolis in Athens. Over the years, the Parthenon has served as a temple to Athena, a Christian church, and a mosque. Because the rocks have been polished by feet for millennia and are slick, wear shoes with good traction. There is no shade to protect you from the scorching summer sun. Once you've walked through the ticket booth, you won't be able to get food or water. The Acropolis is one of Greece's most well-known landmarks. European countries are home to some of the world's most popular tourist destinations. If you want to get the most out of your trip, plan ahead of time and book ahead of time. Horseback riding, skiing, and kayaking are just a few of the activities available in European countries. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for the latest upcoming videos.